Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to This Month in Monster Taming, where we go over the upcoming major developments in the monster taming genre. This time we're going to take a look at December 2021. This month we definitely have some spicy game launches in the form of Siralim Ultimate and Monster Rancher 1 and 2 DX, the launch of the best parody monster taming games Alpha, and potentially some Temtem and Nexomon stuff, but we'll talk a little bit more in detail about that in a bit. That said, sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. Alright, so starting off, the Kubberz Alpha just went live, and I know technically it came out on November 30th, but that's kinda December, right? Like, it's pretty much December at this point. So if you are unaware of what Kubberz is, it's essentially going to be a free-to-play monster battling arena type game with different game modes, including 1-on-1, but eventually 2-on-2 and 4-on-4 and stuff like that. So definitely something we haven't really seen yet when you consider its real-time combat. The best and most obvious comparison would be something like Kindred Fates, having its 1-on-1 and eventual 2-on-2 combat with its multiplayer components. But what I'm kind of interested in here is the different ways that Kubberz will make itself unique from Kindred, since Kindred has a multiplayer component, whilst Kubberz is going to be a dedicated multiplayer game by the looks of it, so more time and manpower can go into those specific systems. Now, I've always been more of a enjoy the story and stuff like that kind of guy, which was my major factor in my interest for Kindred Fates, but I'm definitely excited to see how Kubberz's Alpha tackles the online competitive scene. I'm recording this before the alpha comes out, but by the time you guys see this, I will have already streamed it, so definitely check out that stream. It will be on my channel page. Now, on December 3rd, Siralim Ultimate, the fourth mainline installment in the Siralim franchise, will be launching in full access on Steam. The game is also planned to be coming on major platforms in the future, including mobile, but for now, Steam gets it first. Siralim is one of the biggest games in terms of the sheer amount of depth to its systems that I've ever seen across multiple monster taming titles. I've gone over the basics many times, but if you don't know, here are just some of what the game has. Over 1,000 monsters, fusion, thousands of achievements, 24 classes which will affect your playstyle, dozens of realms to explore, infinite leveling, aka no level caps, customizable artifacts for your monsters, tons of spell gems which will allow your monsters to have different abilities, gods and bosses to crush, castle customization with tons of different decorations, player customization, skin for your monsters, and more. The game also has a gym leader Ed skin, so you gotta get on that. But seriously, this really isn't even scratching the surface, if I'm being honest. The game is actually so complex, it's downright intimidating to make videos about at times. One small avenue of the game will come with tons of other ramifications and stuff like that, so I'm actually going to be working with my buddy Cirque, a Siralim master, to hopefully put out a few good guides for you guys, so stay tuned. On December 9th, or 8th in the West, Monster Rancher 1 and 2 DX will be coming out for Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Steam. Now, this is a collection of both Monster Rancher and Monster Rancher 2 with some updated features and mechanics like replacing the disc system, some balancing, and online connectivity. I'm personally really excited to jump into the franchise myself for the first time outside of playing the GBA titles a little bit. Definitely going to put some time into learning the various systems and working towards gaining a greater understanding of the game in general. This also may be a key moment in monster taming as far as Western integration is concerned. There are tons of titles that only come out in Japan in the genre, so I'm hoping that if Monster Rancher succeeds, it'll also prompt other devs to tap into this growing Western market. Now, on December 22nd, Druggiemon will be launching its battle demo. Now, if you don't know, Druggiemon is essentially the memeiest of memes when it comes to monster taming, and it takes inspiration from Pokemon and drugs. You have to fight against various drug users in your quest to, I guess, get stoned. Either way, this GBC era inspired monster taming game is actually one I'm super excited to check out, and I hope you guys are too. Now, we have a couple updates that we know are coming but aren't confirmed date-wise. The first being Abomi Nation, which is planning on adding new Abomis to the roster. And if you don't know what Abomi Nation is by now, it's a monster taming roguelike with, of course, randomly generated worlds and enemies, as well as Abomis to collect. It comes with various custom settings, different ways to customize your Abomi, and more, so definitely consider picking it up. It's a lot of fun, so I definitely recommend it. We also have a little bit of Chainmonsters information that a little birdie has told me, so take it with a grain of salt until we get official confirmation, but the devs have been hard at work getting the beta ready for launch, and it's highly likely that it'll be coming out next week, and that an official confirmation will be coming soon. Chainmonsters is a monster taming MMO that features 2-on-2 battles, an open world, an interesting system whereby certain status conditions and effects are actually chained onto each other, hence the name Chainmonsters, and also optional blockchain integration. I'm personally really excited to see what the beta has to offer, so we'll be streaming it when it does come out. Okay, so finally let's talk briefly about the potential December updates that aren't necessarily confirmed for the month, but do have some level of possibility. Firstly, Temtem's Arbory update has been heavily teased the last couple months, and while the devs have stated that they're not entirely sure, it does seem possible that we will get it before the new year, as if they knew 100% that it wasn't going to happen this month, they'd likely have straight up said no with this tweet. Secondly, the Nexomon Extinction Abyssals update is just waiting on localization, or at least that's what they said last month. I'm not sure if it's still going through that process or if the devs / publishers didn't want to come out with the game at the same time as Pokemon BDSP, but I'm confident that it should be coming out pretty soon given the amount of teasers that have been circulating. And last but not least, Re-Legend, which has been pushed back to essentially TBD from their latest Kickstarter update. It does seem that it may be possible that we'll be getting it by the end of the year, but it seems like there might be a Steam launch first and then a console launch later. That said, take this with a big grain of salt because Re-Legend's really been pushed back quite a few times, and I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. But yeah, that said, a pretty interesting month overall. Definitely a busy one. We have a few launches that are definitely going to hit the monster taming community and our wallets pretty hard, and I'm excited to lose sleep in order to cover it all for you guys. That said, let me know in the comments what you're specifically most excited for. And if you did enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things monster taming. You could also check out my Twitter and my Discord, which will be linked in the description. And I just wanted to say special thanks to all of our patrons. You guys are sexy, especially our mythical backers, StealCase and Jim Hamilton. And with that, we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.